All right, let's set the scene a bit. You're just going about your week, things seem fine, and then suddenly, bam, maybe the car gives out. Or you get hit with a surprise medical bill.
Yeah, or even just, rent's due and the paycheck timing is slightly off. It happens.
Exactly. We've all felt that squeeze,
Yeah.
right? That sudden kind of panicky need for cash like yesterday. So today we're doing a deep dive into navigating those quick financial lifelines, specifically these $900 short-term loans. And the key thing here, they often bypass the traditional credit checks. We want to cut through the noise, give you a sort of shortcut to being really well informed about this particular option. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is um, how these things pop up to fill a gap left by, well, the traditional ways of getting money. For
Hmm.
this dive, we're looking at a source called Swift Solutions, no credit check, $900 loans for emergencies. It talks quite a bit about a specific service, 15mfinance.org. They claim to offer exactly these kinds of loans. So our mission really is to pull out the key bits, understand how it works, who it might be for, the unique angles based on this source.
And that gap you mentioned, that frustration, it's spot on with what the source describes, isn't it? It points out how often the usual banks, they just aren't built for that immediate, I need it now situation.
Mhm.
Like the car breakdown, the unexpected bill, bridging that rent gap. Often the answer from traditional places is no. And why? Usually it boils down to the credit score. Good, bad.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes even no score is a problem.
Right, they're just not set up for that kind of speed, especially for smaller amounts.
Which, yeah, really paves the way for why people look for alternatives like the one we're digging into.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, 15mfinance.org, according to the source, positions itself as specializing in these short-term loans, up to $900. And crucially, with no traditional credit check. That's the big hook.
So the idea is your past doesn't block you.
That's the core premise highlighted, yeah.
Yeah.
Your past financial mistakes won't hold you back, is how this source puts it, roughly. It's about bypassing those usual gatekeepers. And then if you're approved, the money goes straight into your bank account.
Direct deposit, which is huge when you're in a rush, right?
Right.
No extra steps.
Definitely key for urgency.
Okay, so if the qualification isn't the usual credit check marathon, how does it actually work? How do you get the money? The source makes the process sound, well, surprisingly simple. Is it really?
It seems designed to be straightforward, based on the description.
Like, what are the steps?
Well, according to the source, first you go to the website, 15mfinance.org, then fill out an online form. The source really emphasizes this part, saying simple, less than 5 minutes, no paperwork, no hassle.
Less than 5 minutes. Wow. Okay.
Then, supposedly, you get approved quickly. The source even uses the word instantly.
Instantly, even with, say, not so great credit.
That's the claim. And then you get the funds, often as soon as the next business day.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The source keeps pushing this no hidden fees, no endless paperwork angle, too.
Yeah, that's presented as a major selling point. Speed and simplicity.
Which leads to the thought, I'm sure listeners are having it, sounds almost too easy. What's the catch?
Right. This raises an important question. What are the actual qualifications then, if not credit score? The source lays out a few criteria. They're pretty broad compared to banks. You need to be 18 or older. That's standard.
Okay.
You need a steady income. And interestingly, they clarify this isn't just traditional jobs. It includes gig work or side hustles.
Ah, so proof of some kind of regular money coming in.
Exactly. They're looking for consistent cash flow, maybe verified through bank statements rather than just a W-2. And you need an active bank account for the deposit, obviously.
Makes sense.
But the why behind this broadness is key. The source says the lenders working with 15M Finance focus on your ability to repay. Present tense, not your credit history. Past tense.
So current situation over past mistakes.
That seems to be the angle. And the source also notes, no collateral, no cosigner needed.
No collateral for $900.
Apparently not for these specific loans, according to the material. It's this focus on current income that seems to be how they manage the risk while allowing for that speed.
That really is different from how banks operate. So, okay, the source paints 15mfinance.org pretty positively. When you compare it, say, to other options people might think of in a pinch, what are the main advantages it highlights?
Well, the source draws some clear contrasts. Compared to traditional banks, the big thing is speed, fast approval, potentially in minutes versus weeks.
Yeah, weeks is no good in an emergency.
Definitely not. Then there's the direct deposit aspect we mentioned, money right into your account, usually next business day. It also stresses that the process is secure and confidential, protecting your data. And just the sheer convenience of the easy online process. No trekking to a bank branch.
Right, you can do it from your couch, basically.
hmm And the source also contrasts it with what many think of as traditional payday lenders, implying maybe less transparency or sky-high interest rates with those. Now, we need to be clear. Any short-term loan like this will likely have higher costs than, say, a traditional bank loan if you could get one. But the source presents 15M Finance as being direct about the costs for this specific $900 loan, positioning it as more streamlined maybe.
So what does this all mean? It sounds like the source frames it as a less painful way to handle those sudden cash shortages.
Yeah, the overall picture painted is a stress-free way to handle emergencies without jumping through hoops. That's the vibe.
Okay, so let's recap what we've unpacked from this source material.
Right. The core idea is that these no-credit check $900 loans, specifically via a service like 15mfinance.org, as described, are presented as a rapid solution. They emphasize speed, accessibility, and critically, this focus on your current ability to pay it back rather than digging deep into your credit past.
So hopefully you listening now have a much clearer picture of how this specific type of financial option is supposed to work, at least according to this source.
And maybe it leaves you with something to think about.
Yeah, go on.
Well, just a final thought, maybe building a little on what we've discussed. In a world where, let's face it, financial curveballs don't exactly schedule appointments, how much just understanding that services like these exist empower you, empower you to maybe think proactively about handling those unexpected hits, maybe even before they land. It's just something to mull over, perhaps.
Definitely food for thought. And that's our goal here with these deep dives, right? To help you be truly well informed.